Hi, Susan here. Doing a little cooking demo on making the raw carrot salad. This is really delicious and you can alter it in several ways. You can take these recipes and make them your own. What we're making here is totally raw, which is definitely an advantage. Raw foods have more nutrients in them. When you cook them, some of those nutrients do get cooked out. So if you can eat raw, try to aim for, depending on who you read, they're going to say, eat 80% raw, 75% raw. Just try to think during the day, what's going to be my raw meal? I usually have a raw lunch, completely raw lunch, and then I'll have one thing raw for dinner. Breakfast also is usually raw with a smoothie or whatever. So if you can make one full meal, maybe 1.5 of your meals in the day, just to start out with being raw, then see how you do. Some people eat completely 100% raw, which, I just don't choose to do that, but there's certainly nothing wrong with that. And is probably, you're probably getting a lot more nutrients that way. Okay, so let's get to the recipe. This is a really cool device here. This is a grater, but it's extremely sharp, first of all, and the front part, if you can see it, it's got raised on both sides, so you're grating going down and you're grating coming up. So when you take your carrot, instead of just going one direction like this, I can go back and forth and I can grate the carrot in like half the amount of time. And it because it's so sharp, it does a good job. I just have to remember not to get my fingers in there. So I can get all the way down with this, and it works really well. Very little effort involved. And I usually give these to my dogs. My dogs love these for some reason. So if you have a dog, you want to start getting your dog eating healthy, that would be a good idea too. Okay, so in here we have about 2 cups of shredded carrots. For the carrots that I had, it was about 6 carrots. So 2 cups of shredded carrots. I'm going to add to that about 1/2 cup of finely sliced red onion. And just toss that in. And then I've made a mixture here of 1/2 cup of veganese. This is what I use, but you can make your own veganese if you want. Or you can just go with the vinegar in this, and you don't need the veganese. But this is 1/2 cup of veganese, a teaspoon of maple syrup, that's the pure maple syrup, 2 teaspoons of balsamic vinegar, and I just happen to have this fig infused, but you can use any balsamic vinegar, 1.5 teaspoons of lemon juice, which is about 1/2 of the juice of a lemon, and then 1/2 teaspoon of the lemon zest. And the zest is, as you know, the outside of the lemon. This is a zester. So you just rub the zest and it comes out on the other side, scoop that up. And, you definitely, when you're using the outside, you definitely want to buy organic so that you're not eating all the wax and the pesticides that are on the outside of this. Just a thought. So I've mixed up the veganese, maple syrup, balsamic vinegar, the lemon juice and lemon zest in here. And I'm going to add that to the carrots and onion. And then just mix that in. You could also add some purple cabbage. That looks pretty in here too. It's such a feast for the eyes, isn't it? It's gorgeous. The color is just amazing. And I don't know, for carrots, I'll go for the organic just because they're not a whole lot more expensive where I am. Once that's all mixed up, you're going to add about 2 tablespoons of dried fruit. So I think I'm going to add I have these cherry infused cranberries. And I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons. Mix that in. You can add raisins if you want. You can do dried cherries, you know, dried blueberries. Any dried fruit would work. It is 2 tablespoons. I just didn't look like I had 2 tablespoons in there. And then it would be a good idea to refrigerate this for a little bit. See how pretty that is? It's so good, really delicious. And like I said, you can use this as a side dish. You can put this on top of your salad, you know, because it makes like a little bit of a dressing. You can put this in a wrap. I made this for my husband one night, and I made some teff flour pancakes for him to put something else in, and he ended up putting this in the teff flour pancake, and it looked so gorgeous and it tasted great. Really feeds all your senses, you know, your taste, your smell, you're looking at it, it's just beautiful. So this is what you want to aim for, recipes like this. There's lots more of these recipes on the Plan to Eat site, so go ahead and check that out. And if you find one that you think belongs on our site, please let us know. And we'll check it out, and maybe we'll put it on there with a big thanks to you. So appreciate you watching, and come on back.